Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your friend, your brother, your favorite host, King Mace, and welcome to the third edition of Let's Talk About It in a sort of unconventional setting. But we're going to get right to it and let you know why I got a special guest in the building today. Not only is he an author, a healthcare worker, he's a professor, he's a teacher, he's an ordained minister. Jesus Christ, all these accolades. I think the best one, though, is that he's my dad.
Yeah.
What's up, smile?
I can't believe it. King Mace. I'm here with King Mace.
Man, King
Pops
Dougie,
made it.
King Dougie's in the building, man.
Yeah.
So we in the basement of the crib, cooling, chilling how we be chilling. But I wanted to have this podcast episode because you are what I call a real life superhero. So for those who don't know, Dad, can you tell them what you do?
Yep. So I am an executive director for Brightview Senior Living. So I help to assist and manage a region of communities, and I work in the Towson location. So I'm responsible for 110 associates and probably 110 residents that are under my watch.
And how long have you been doing this?
Yep. So I've been in healthcare unofficially 20 years, and officially first I was a licensed, and I am a licensed nursing home administrator.
Another
Different fields. You don't need that license in an assisted living setting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in an assisted living setting, and I've been doing that, the servant leader, for 6 years.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And so you said you're at the Brightview location.
Yeah.
And can you talk a little bit about your company? What is Brightview?
Yeah, Brightview is amazing. I love the company for many reasons, but it is an assisted living company. We have about 41 communities between Boston and Virginia and everything else in between. We're based here in Maryland, and largely most of the communities are here in Maryland. Some would say kind of some of our features and what is our mission. It's all about the people. And then if you go into our buildings, it looks like a cruise ship. It's sexy. It makes you feel like you're on vacation.
Yeah.
So we never were designed to be the biggest, but we were designed to be the best. And so what they believe really matched up nicely to what I believe in, serving others and being a servant leader. And I think in a short amount of time, I've been able to flow through the ranks, and I'm pretty happy about what I'm doing and where I am.
That's awesome. That's for sure. Because I remember that was my first job. Was a dining server at the
That's
Brightview
right.
location, and
Yo.
it's a long time, right? Remember?
Yep. You had enough to pay for gas, and they had $2 left, and then went back to work.
That job made
This
me
guy.
squat, boy. I did absolutely nothing.
I had to break them all something.
No, it was good. It was a good
Look
first
at him
experience,
now.
and it was a great first experience, great first job. The company treats you well. It's immaculate though for the money that they pay. Like it's very good quality and things like that for sure. So like I said, we're in this basement for unconventional reasons. We're in the midst of COVID-19 right now. So Corona. Dad, you're a real life girl. I see you leave this house each and every day to go take care of other people. You taking care of other people's moms, dads, aunts, cousins, like whoever. You have to, care for your staff and your associates, like you said. And so, it's a harsh reality, and we don't want to keep dwelling on it. But I want the world to know the facts and the myths. And not that you may be a know-it-all, but you're in the field every day. You know what I'm saying? You work closely with the governor and the state, and you have to know these CDC laws and what they're saying about regulations because you're taking care of people. So can you tell me exactly how COVID has affected your community and what you've done to implement safety?
Yeah. So it's a great question. I'm glad you brought it up. First thing I would say is nobody would be an expert, including number 45. I would say that we have to use some street smarts along with wisdom and our expertise and the information that we're getting. Every single day it changes. I'm on 3 calls a day, help to lead a task force for my company around how do we manage and keep our residents safe. Today I'm grateful, disease-free, 100 residents not sick, my associates not sick. It's the cleanest in my building. Smells good, feels good. And so when you talk about that, right, it's really about, Mason, what you can do. So there's a lot of hype. I feel like the media, there's so much of it. You can have too much of a good thing, right? But you need to take what is good in the information and extrapolate really what you need. Mm-hmm. So really it's about what makes sense. What are the things that we can do as citizens and good people to help those that are around us? You can wash your hands. You can social distance, right? You can sanitize and clean. All of those things. You can stay home. And so that's what I've been. I don't know how I look on camera, but I'm a guy to get a haircut every week for the last,
You gotta
40,
see me
50
like
years.
this, right?
And I ain't been. Wade, my guy Wade, your guy, your
Shout out to the barbers,
yeah.
Man, the barbers, the nail techs, anybody who's a small business owner in general, DJs that have been affected, man, we're praying for you. Which sort of leads me to my next point. A lot of people may not also know that you're the president of a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit is Synergy Baltimore, which we usually directly deal with the homeless and the impoverished. And how has that affected, the nonprofit work, and what are you guys doing to help the community for those who may not know who could use help from Synergy?
Yeah. So let's talk about it. I'm grateful. I mean, your intricate part, many of you may not know. Mason Little is my right hand. He's my think tank. And we're 5 years out about our plan and our mission. So I do want to publicly thank you for that. But our mission now approach, our model of how we serve people change. For those that don't know, we serve the homeless and impoverished in Baltimore, and we do it in 5 ways: food, water, shelter, clothing, and care. North Avenue, Gay Street, where I grew up, East Baltimore, is where we started. We've been there over 3 years. We've got that down pat. 400 individuals we serve every month with a gang load of volunteers, right? And so now, me being the leader, I did not want to put our volunteers and my board in harm's way. So it feels funny because we're used to being out touching people, helping them, right? So, along with your help and a few others, we jumped online and said, what can we do? So our model has changed greatly in that we're using technology to Cash App and PayPal and wire people money. We've been dropping off meals to doorsteps for those that hit us. We've been making deliveries for the elderly. So, your grandma, your grandpa who can't get out, they call us and need certain things from the store. We go and go shopping for them, or we use Instacart and we have it delivered to their house. And so we used to serve in 300-400, so we might be doing 20 or 30, at a time. It is a greater lift, but we want to be very strategic, very pointed in those that we give. And so I'm grateful because right now, even if we've helped one, we've done our job. And so we've been able to do that. And the phone is ringing. We ain't bougie. It ring right to my phone. I ain't that guy. Yep. You ain't that guy. It ring right to my phone, email. We don't operate like that. And watch this. There's been an uptick in giving. So some of our partners, people that see what we're doing, and people we've never met, believe in what we're doing. They see what we're doing, and they hitting our PayPal, straight cash. They blessing us. And then our sponsors, Coke, all of those, they still have agreed to, even though they're losing money, been able to fund us for what we've been doing. So I'm grateful. So pray for us, and if you need help, reach out. And hit your boy King Makes.
Yeah, I'll definitely put the Instagram and the email and everything below in the description below. But small business owners, if you need help, reach out to us.
Yeah.
Anybody who has elderly, people in their family who can't go to the store, we'll go to the store for them. Any healthcare workers, you need lunch delivered, gas cards, any of that. Make sure you please hit us for sure.
Yes.
So that's key. And so I want to get back on your work subject as well. So your building is stable right now, your facility as well. Nobody has been reported sick or anything.
Yep.
But obviously you've had a close call.
Yeah.
So I want you to touch on how that close call, how it went without violating anything.
Yeah,
But what
absolutely.
can you tell us?
Sure. I'll try to give you a peep into kind of what we're doing. So typical day in assisted living, right? 100 people scattered throughout 4 levels of our building, anywhere starting from 7 in the morning, given medications, being fed. It's a lively and a happy time. And then all of a sudden, as we begin to get this news, people starting to listen a little bit more. Happy hours get a little packed, trying to decipher what is this they're saying, as the weeks begin. And then, working as a company that we've learned that we might have to adjust our model and how we're serving people. So then we went to, in our building that you have to do social distancing. So I had to readjust, reconfigure the whole building. So for example, where I would have 40 chairs in a open space, it went to 20 with orange signs saying, sit here and sit here, don't sit in the middle. A happy hour had to be extended across 2 rooms. And then we went to in-room dining. Then they said, well, along with that, you can't, making sure how you touch your face and what you have to do. So then we immediately went to masks and gloves and garb and gowns, for all of those things. And so in a matter of literally the first week, it felt like 3 weeks because it was changing every day by the minute. I felt like I was exhausted. I just didn't know literally at first how this thing was going to go. And so you're right, we did have a close call. Here's what's happening now. We've been blessed again with not having anyone ill or sick. We've had a few close calls. what I've asked is the same thing I've asked of everybody of my team. And I think when people hear your voice as a leader, if they trust you, they will follow, right? And so I've been trying to be very transparent with communication. I'm on Teams, I'm on Zoom. So I got 40 people on Zoom. You know, I'm their work father. So they listen to me, and I'm like, stay home. So we've got this thing where everybody's like, going home, come to work, going home, come to work. And I feel like that's how we've been able to be safe. Here's the issue. Everybody that lives in, the residents live in my community aren't the ones that's going to make somebody sick. It is us that is coming out and going back in. So if it comes in, somebody brought it in. Well, we had a company, a private duty caregiver to work in another place that came in contact with somebody that had tested positive. And they were in my community for a short time, but then we didn't waste no time. We shut it down. And so we moved to quarantining everybody. So right now it's been a week. Everybody's in their apartment home. They have not been out. So we deliver meals, we're delivering care, we're delivering medication. Imagine living in 300 square feet every day. It feels like jail a little bit. In many ways, I'm ready for them to come out and get some air, but I would give my life for theirs. So I need to keep them safe. It's working for us right now, but and we keep getting these close calls. You know, company's wonderful that we've got a trio. If you ain't sure how the case is going to work out, you would call and tell them the scenario. I had somebody who works, they were home with their mother was next to somebody else who tested positive. They're 2 away, they okay to work. But here's the other thing we do, Mason. Every day, I lock down the whole community. You cannot get in my building only but one way in and one way out. And so we can manage who's in my building. Only essential workers. We don't have no podiatrists, we don't have the dentist, I ain't putting no new carpet, I ain't got no painting. Only essential people are in my community. So every associate, including me, we come in, they ask you 4 questions. Have you been anywhere in the last 14 days? Well, we all know that stuff. Have you had cough, sneezing? Do you have a fever? And we take a temperature every day. And if you have a temperature of 100.3, you can't come in. If you answer yes to any of those questions, you can't come to work. You can't come in. And so even I have to be screened. And we wear a mask every day now. And so other thing we do, and I'll let you know, see other questions you have. When we went to the social distancing, I went hard. And so I really haven't physically seen a lot of my directors. I have 8 of them that respond, that work with me. And we have set up like Zoom teams online. So where we used to huddle 8 of us in a room, everybody's in their office and we meet on the computer. I won't even have them near me because I don't want to take a chance. I don't know where everybody's been, even though they told me they're home. We all can be carrying. I can be carrying now and don't know it based on what they're saying. I'm just strong enough that I don't have to carry symptoms. So it's a real deal, and I admonish everybody to please do your part, wash your hands, stay home.
Please.
Yeah.
So, I remember you came home a couple days ago, last week, you know, and told me and Mom about the close call. Can you just tell people how that really makes you feel personally? Because, I mean, obviously, you love your family, and you said something important, you would give your life for theirs.
Yep.
That's how much you're involved in what you do, and how I know this is your passion. But, like, obviously you love you and you love your family.
Yeah.
And with me, you know, being born with sickle cell, I wanted to compromise the immune system.
Yep.
Like out in the world. So like on a personal note, like beyond your career, how did that make you feel when you like, you know, I got a close call, COVID has possibly been in my building.
Yep.
How do I go home to my family? Like, what went through your head when you had to make that kind of choice?
Yeah, so you know me.
Whoa, bro, you coughing right now?
Yeah.
Yo. Hey, this might be the last podcast episode. Yo, you coughing. Yo, come on, son.
Anyway, let me go back. I was just going to see how you act.
Yo, social distance.
This guy. He's social distance when he needs some money, though.
All right, you're right. Let me get it. All right.
My man. All right. So let's talk about it. I felt afraid in the fact that I wasn't in control. Those who know me, I feel that I'm a pretty smart guy. I ain't the smartest, but I'm pretty smart because I work with smart people. And I pride myself on being proactive, but obviously I didn't think that far ahead. And the truth is, it could still hit my building. But I immediately thought of you and your mother, and the fact that, oh, this is real, and I don't really have a response. Your mother really don't bother me much, and she said, are you all right? So I don't really like when she do that, because that means she's a little concerned, because she don't really bother me. And I didn't have a response other than I'm okay, and it wasn't my jovial self. And if you know me, in fact, you're just like me in that I was processing as I heard it. In fact, I was home, my boss called me and said, you gotta get to the community. So as I'm walking down the step and getting into the car, I'm processing the whole time, and all these emotions and feelings. And I got mad as hell. I was just mad at the world, mad that we have to go through this, mad that I can't fix it, mad that I don't have the actual answer right now, but I want to handle and manage what is in my space. And one thing I do, and I teach you to do, is I take my little minute, 2 minutes, and I saw I would get pissed. I turn to the wall and fuss at the wall, and then I turn back around and get it together. And so the best thing I can do is be a thinker and try to be smart. I mean, I've really got to this point, so they laughing at me now. I've relaxed the dress code. So we get suited up and we do certain things. I'm wearing khakis and fatigues and tennis shoes. In fact, I got Crocs because I leave my Crocs at the door when I come in, and I strip and go upstairs and take a shower when I come in. And watch this, if they get crazy, we've already got this plan. Like, I won't be with my wife, I won't be near him. And my daughter's another place I know she's safe. She might have to come down in the basement. It's like another whole apartment. If one of us gets sick, that somebody can take care of somebody. Like, I've already thought through that. But I would be beside myself if something happened to you. I will tell you, and I don't want to get anointed. I'm not religious, but I'm a believer, and I just believe God, man. I prayed, and I don't believe nothing gonna happen that we can't handle. And I want to use that faith with wisdom in my experience to keep you all safe, because I'm the head of the household and I'm responsible. So I'd be negligent to have done that. So literally, watch this. And I don't even know if you know this. I wipe the car down. I leave the fancy car home. I take the junker. I'm in that. I drive. I park. I'm 6. I don't play. My nephew came today. He worked at the job. He said, "Hey, Unc." I said, "Get out." I don't want him nowhere near me, right? Nobody. And I go in my office. I really don't leave my office unless I go to the bathroom and get coffee. But I'm in the building in case I have to respond to an emergency. And I'm on 3 calls a day. So I'm home to the office. I leave, get my car, come home, shower, and I do it again. And then on the weekends, we home. I got everything I need in this house. So I'm very strategic. I don't care if I got to do it for 3 more months, 6 months. You see my hair. You see what's going on. I don't care. You know what I mean? That's what's important, because we will come out of this and we will get a chance to celebrate again.
That's tough. All right, so going on to another avenue of one of your many accolades is you just became a professor at Thompson University.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Tigers. I am one for that. I'm devastated. Like, my spring semester was looking crazy, boy. The hosting gigs that I had lined up, you know what I'm saying, the cookouts, the day parties, it was just about to get lovely. And I mean, I personally ain't in this situation. I know a lot of people who are, though, but like seniors, man, who don't get their graduation on their day. So it's affected college students a lot. But from your perspective as a teacher, how have you had to adapt with COVID-19? How are you trying to compromise with, still making sure that your students learn, but being human at the same time? Understand, like, there's a lot going on in this situation. We got students who are homeless, some students who don't have internet, computer. Like, how do you manage all that
good
as a teacher?
Yes, sir. Great question. First of all, I was shocked at the things that I learned from teaching. The blessing is when I got my graduate degree, because we lived in Arkansas, I had another high-end role with Procter & Gamble, so we traveled a lot, right? And I had my whole graduate degree learning online. So as the emails begin to come out and this whole idea that we're going to swing around and go online, I just had to learn a few things on Blackboard, and I was pretty much ready to go. I quickly adjusted the syllabus, all because I had been, taught myself online. But here was the crushing part. Without getting into long details, it was my dream to become a professor. My email is that 10 years ago, because I knew I was going to do it.
That's what you call manifesting. He was B. Simone before B. Simone was B. Simone. I remember that. Professor Karl Douglas was your email since I was like 5.
Absolutely. And I knew God was going to do it. And so I think I was more equipped and ready now, right? And so going through that and prepared and ready for that, but to learn about students, and it was my first semester, and we 6 weeks in, and I would like to say I got like 31 new friends, new leaders, and I think they were responding well to my approach to how I was teaching. In fact, I got the emails to prove it, that they emailed me and said, Professor K, I miss your classes, and I miss them too, right? But through this process, I've learned that some have major anxiety. Some students are now homeless because they were staying on campus. They had nowhere to go. Some were left in 2 days to figure out where they were going to go and how they were going to get there. Many don't have income, and they're stressed out. They have medications that they need to purchase because of it. Some don't have food. There are many that are doing well, but there's a small handful I've been trying to help through. And I just was not expecting that. and I will tell you, so checking in, forget the schoolwork, how are you doing? And some of them responded quickly, and I had a good 6 or 7 that I was afraid I hadn't heard from. And some, for example, do hair, right? And she tried, figure out what she's going to do, because she was a major breadwinner with her mother, was her and her mom, and now they had 0 income. And so they said, forget schoolwork, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to survive. And so I have to have empathy, along with trying to educate them too. So educate you, let's get your life together first. And so I am happy to say, as we go 3 weeks in, everybody has kind of settled down and responding and doing their classwork, kind of adjusted, and we got great support from the Dean of Health and Sciences around, work with people, give them a little bit more time because it's new. Many of the students don't know how to operate, and they've not done that online. You're right. Yeah. They don't have the internet, right? It's confusing. Oh, professor, I thought it was this week versus that week. I wasn't sure.
It's hard.
Yeah, but we're getting our legs under. What do you miss the most?
I never thought I'd miss school. Like, I never thought I'd say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know me. Like, I've always been a pretty, good student. But even for me, it's like challenging learning remotely. Yeah. Just because like some people need that, in person kind of interaction. And then, just the home environment in itself. Even if you have, like an internet, laptop, homes, things like that. Everybody's home is not the same. Sure. So you don't know how many people have siblings or parents that just on their kids.
It's levels to this quarantine.
To this. Like one of the things me and my friends, we on FaceTime. Just doing our homework, trying to do our homework together. And it's funny because he literally was like, "Yo, my mom is fussing me out for not vacuuming the floor. She's mad because I'm doing homework all day." Right? And it's funny because how crazy that changes. Usually you get on this for not doing your homework. That's right. But now when you're home all day, the perspective changes. It's like. I think it's like when the fact that you're home makes it almost seem like you're not in school when that's not the case now. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So I just adjustment for everybody. You don't know what kind of abuses or things that people may be going through at home. Like it's just hard. Wow. Like it's hard to even navigate through this whole system. Wow. And it's like some people don't have that kind of empathy. I feel like so I think you do a great job of balancing that, and I think you do a great job of supporting me. But even myself, we're well and more equipped. With what I need. I'm just like I can't do this.
Yeah, because he sleep all day and stay up all night. You don't go to bed at 7 o'clock. I don't know what's wrong.
That's what I'm saying. It messed up my whole sleep pattern, and it's I don't know. This one thing too. This proved I could never go to jail. Like you ain't never gotta worry about bailing me. Only way you gotta worry about bailing me out is if somebody play with you, because you know how I get with
yeah.
But
real tough.
I got what is this house? I don't know. It's like what's square footage?
That's about 2,200 square feet.
2,200 square foot. I got like 5 TVs, a pool table back here, a PS4, internet, Wi-Fi, food, a phone, and I'm losing my livid mind right now.
Yes, you are.
I could not be in a 5x7 for 22 hours a day with 1 hour to eat, 1 hour outside.
I agree with you.
So this is an eye opener for me for sure, for everybody. And my birthday, just passed recently. God. Like
5 vacations done.
Oh yeah, we had New Orleans, Houston, and Vegas, and New York.
That's right, Atlantic City.
But when this is over, we out.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
And I don't know if the latter part gonna,
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know if I want to leave when this thing is up. I got to make sure that
I know, but like, how can you ever say that? Because it was here before we knew it was here. Like we was moving. Freely. Yeah. So when they say it's lifted, what's the difference?
we're gonna let's talk about it. We're gonna figure it out.
We're gonna talk about. We're really gonna see. So sort of coming to an ending here. What can you say about like realistically, with having some optimism, but realistically, like with all with what you've seen, when do you see us getting out of this? What's the best way to help us get out of this? Like what can people do to contribute?
Yeah. So I got a few things for you, but 2 thoughts. One is, what can you do? You definitely can do this in your control. Social distancing, you can wash your hands, you can stay home. You can also connect with people to lift your spirit, those that you haven't seen for a while and talked to in a while. People think the strong individuals don't need help. So those that you look up to, call them, encourage them. Folks that you haven't talked to. I will say, and I don't again get on the spiritual side, I hear the waters, the oceans are clearing up. The forests and the trees are getting greener and stronger. I will tell you, gas got cheaper. It's been a positive effect. Yeah, I'm on 3 weeks.
Hey,
3 weeks.
Ain't been no way. I got what, $20 gas?
And your car clean.
My car clean. Ain't been nowhere, cuz.
But it's ready for when you are ready to go. And so, it could be worse. We could be 6 feet underground. I say any day above ground is a good day. And so I'm grateful even in this. You know, and so those are the things that you can do that are within your control. Based on what I'm seeing here in CDC and based on our community discussions 3 times a day, we're thinking that it's going to be June before we even see, you know, this thing really come to an end. And then it may rise up again. Who knows? And I'm going with the latest data that we have and the optimism that I have. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy myself. I am not. I love that my family's home. I love that you're home. I feel sorry for those individuals that don't like their family and don't love their wife. You know,
divorce rate is going up.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a whole nother. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And so it's going to build your character. It's going to tell you who you really are and who you really are not. And so it should allow you to some revealing things that occur during this, and you should take heed to what you've learned. It doesn't matter how much money you got, what car you drive. You know, there's levels to how you live in it. That's fine. But the truth is, we're shoulder to shoulder. Ain't nobody better than the other. In fact, there's some great names, people that we know, because of their pleasure and ability to buy anything, they went and contracted this disease. You know, and we're praying for everybody. And so, again, you know, what can you do? Do your very best, because the one thing you do helps the global cause.
That's facts. That's real. Well, if anything, I heard a lot of great gems today, man. I heard that this is real, number one. I'm sorry to keep talking about it, but you know, it's something that got to be addressed. So make sure you social distance. You know the differences between social distance, isolating, quarantining yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like all the kickbacks and the parties, man. I know you want to see your friends with that. Stop. You know what I'm saying? I know your mentals are probably messed up with FaceTiming your friends helps. You know, going for a walk around the block, all helps. And we talk about a lot of different situations. Like I said, I'll put the Synergy stuff below. You can follow us on Instagram at synergybaltimore. If you know any college students that need help, any elderly people, any homeless, any healthcare workers, please reach out to us because we want to help.
Get my numbers up.
Yeah.
But K Dougie, I'm K Dougie.
What also, I'm sorry, what can we do for y'all? Like, I didn't even ask about that. That's the thing, we put y'all on the front line right now. But like, what can we do to help the real life superheroes?
I got a couple thoughts. And I get this a lot. I'm grateful for the support of my residents and their families. Every day, I got a thank you folder. I know I've got, no exaggeration, 500 some type of thank you emails when I communicate. And every week they've been so responsive. They want to give us food and money. Here's what I'm doing. I told them to hold it because the party we gonna have. Oh my God, y'all, they don't know me, but I do fancy stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, this Corona got in the way of my gigs, but book me.
I'm a little high end, and we're gonna have a good time. So I just want to hold it. You know what you do for us? You can pray. I think when we post something, you can repost it. Send a kind word. For real, we want to do this. I don't know if we can push it here. You know, if any of your followers, anybody that sees this, want to write a thank you note, email, or a card, and get it to us, they can do that because we read those cards. And watch this, if you want to do a FaceTime, some of our residents, they love to talk to people. You want to call and say hello, it ain't got to be real long. You wouldn't believe what 10 minutes or 5 minutes will do of meeting a stranger. That's how we did it back in the day. I know now they don't do that. You know what I mean? But that goes a long way. It lifts people's spirit. You know what I mean? And it would be great.
Man, so that's awesome. I appreciate that. Where they can follow you on Instagram, Pop?
Yeah, follow me at K Douglas. KDUGGGIE. That's right.
You.
Please.
Y'all already know what's up with me. I'm King Mace, KINGMACE. Thank y'all for tuning in for the In the Trenches edition of Let's Talk About It. Hopefully next time y'all see us, we'll be in a different setting on the beach somewhere talking about how we made it through this. But man, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay corona free. I'm out of here.